G'day everyone, welcome to a GJBricks City Update. Now, I am calling this one the LEGO City Confessional Update. Why am I doing this? Because lots of people have asked me when you're going to see a city update, and I'm been a bit coy about it, so I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I went back and looked at my channel, and I haven't done one since August. It's a shocker. So, I mean, if you follow my podcast and things like that, you know I've had a COVID kind of year, but I have massively neglected my city, and to be perfectly honest, I've used COVID as an excuse, but actually I fell out of love with it. That's what I'm gonna say. I fell out of love with it for a number of reasons. I could never actually get it to where I wanted it to be. I could never get enthusiastic, and I always seem to be chopping and changing. I'm also not happy about the way it's set up at the moment, because I can't get to certain bits of the city. And I will say, when I originally put the thing together, a few people did say, how are you going to reach that space over there? Are you really going to fit in there? To you, I take my hat off and say, you were right. I struggled to get to some bits, so that's part of it. And other things, I tend to just sort of start doing bigger projects, take my roller coaster behind here, which I will be doing an update on very soon. And other projects, as well as I have been building quite a lot of sets, which I do need to do reviews and things and catch up on that. My channel has been neglected, I said, but my city has been neglected, and I look at it and it's one of those things you look at and you just go, the more you look at it, the more you just feel disappointed that you haven't done it. So this is my pledge to you. I'm going to show you what it looks like at the moment. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually make it happen and start to do at least fortnightly updates on it, because I do have lots of sets to build and things like that in between. I do have mocks I want to do, and I do have to manage my time and 3 children who aren't quite old enough to help me with it yet. So without further ado, let's have a look around this mess of a city. So this side of the city here had grand hopes. I've got my modulars, I've got my Lego shop mock there, I've got a dragon. I've got a Ninjago set there. I've got a sci-fi space station, petrol station thing there, yay. I've got aliens invading. I love these sets. I've got another one of these now. Woo! I've got the big hanging one over there too. See, again, there's nothing on the ceiling yet. There's meant to be. So again, something I need to change. But yeah, over here, what I'm not happy with here is a couple of things. So got my spaceport at the back. I've got a little bit of space here for modulars, a little bit more space for modulars, and space for a train station here. When you look at it from this angle, it doesn't work, because the minute I put things here, you can't see anything here because it's all in the way. So what my plan is to do, I'm actually going to move this table that way to the wall. Not both tables, there's 2 IKEA tables here. I'm going to move this one back to the wall there. The spaceport is coming out. I don't have room for it. I love it, I want to do it, but I don't have the space for it at the moment. So I'm going to be practical and park it. Upsets me, I'm sure it upsets you as well. But I don't have space for it. I'm being realistic. It's not working, it's not big enough, it's not going to do it justice. I'd rather park it and come back to it when I can. What I'm going to do then is turn this table, this raised area here, 90 degrees as well, so it's against that wall. Leave that corner space there open so I can come up through it to get to that whole area there. And then yeah, the modulars can then run this way down the city with a bit of cross as well, and a bit of cross here. The idea being that I have better sight lines. That's the idea. There's no sight lines at the moment, especially with my desk here, excuse the mess. You can't see things the way you want to do. And one thing I might do here as well is actually put a second level in, like I've got with the spaceport there, to actually make sure you can really see the modulars, because they're so beautiful and there's so much you can do around it. Have a look at my friend JC channel, Small Brick City. He does that really, really well. He's got a fantastic book on it as well. I have read it and ignored it. I'm now not going to ignore it. There you go, JC. Don't let it go to your head. Got little areas like this. It's a mess. It's a mess. So, going to move that around. This train track is going to move that way with it. So there'll be a gap here now, and then there'll be the station here. Those will move in there. My plan is I'm going to have a little bit of space there. What I'm actually going to do is come off the curve, and I've been watching my friend GJBricks' channel recently. Go and check out his Instagram especially. He's building a London Underground station at the moment. I've wanted to build one for a while. I'm going to build just a station there, and it'll probably be an abandoned one, but I just love these techniques and I think it'll look really good. And I've really wanted to do something under there, so that would be something a bit more interesting to put there. This will then move back slightly because this shape is just not working. This deck here is impractical. If I'm perfectly honest, it's a nice idea, it doesn't work. See, I'm just tearing everything to shreds. What's then going to happen is, so I have that raised area there, streaks here. This is all going to be against the wall, so I'll have a bit of space here as well to move around now. What's going to then happen is that table there is going to go back against the wall, but the harbour's going to stay here. So I'm going to have a gap there to come up. Rather than going up against the wall, I'm going to come up in the middle. That gives me two things: more storage space underneath the tables that I don't have to worry about because I have to move things around at the moment. But also it means I can get around to sort of that corner there better, and I'm sort of a bit less squeezed in, shall we say. So that's how that's going to work. And this is just going to be, I think, give me a chance to build things up a bit more. I've got a few tall buildings. I've got this I want to turn into a skyscraper. I've got another skyscraper that I'll show you very soon. I've got my Ghostbusters HQ over there. I've got my Sanctum Sanctorum. Again, my mock, I love it, facing completely the wrong way at the moment. I love that mock a lot. I've had a lot of good feedback on it, and I think I'm going to go back, revisit it, and make it a bit bigger. It needs to be bigger, I've decided, and it will benefit from it. So stay tuned for that one. Residential area there is on that small piece of wood at the moment. It needs to be more than that, and that was always the plan, so that will be coming out. One thing I'll say as well, this train line here is going. If anybody saw my GJBricks update recently, you'll see that I've got the R56 curves to go around here, and some special crossover junctions that a lot of you seem to want now since I've done that, so I'll get that in so you can see how it looks. There's my Horizon Express hidden underneath an alien spaceship. Still looks fabulous though. These sidings here, they're going. I will tell you why in a minute. I haven't exactly decided what is going to go in that space yet. All I know is those sidings are going. I haven't decided as well if that train track is going to go back against the wall or effectively stay where it is and the table moves back. Do you understand what I mean? So the table, that would mean I'd have basically a baseboard of depth behind it that I could put things in, which I don't think would be a bad thing. I think having the trains coming along the front of the harbour would look quite cool. The harbour is going to stay in the spot it's in. Actually might come this way ever so slightly, but the bridge is going to move that way with the tables. So that would then mean this sort of front 2 boards worth then becomes my area for the actual docks, shall we say. So then my Ninjago City and things will move on to the inner area there. I do have Ninjago City Gardens as well to build, so that's going to go in there. I'm not sure if the fishing house hut will stay on the inside or the outside. That's to be debated, because I do have the lighthouse. What would be really cool, I just thought of, would be to combine that with that. Yep, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that. So yeah, boats would come out. This area here, still planning to do an Ninjago district in here, and I think taking that train line out is really going to help me with that idea. I do have some Ninjago sets like the splendid temple over there to put in, and a couple more to build. Got the tower crane here, which I'm going to actually shrink the base on that very slightly because the base is quite invasive. I've got the Vesta wind turbine here. I love that set. It's ridiculous, but I love it. That's got to go somewhere. I haven't decided where yet. Probably, yeah, I don't know. Might put it in the residential area so they get the wind noise. No, I don't know actually. I haven't decided on that one yet. It's very, very, very large. There's the Ferris wheel behind it, which is very, very large, and it keeps going. So yeah, so that's basically going to move back. That's all going to move back. I'm going to break lots of things when I do this. I just know that, but hey ho, I've accepted my fate already on that one. And then, so yeah, the excuse the expression, crappy little cargo sidings I've got there are going. They're too small. Don't like them. So by moving all of this train track that way, this area under here that is currently some sidings that aren't big enough will become larger, especially using those new parts I got from GJBricks. Go and check them out in my last video, linked in the corner here. So yeah, that will give me more space there to do stuff. And then I can put my harbour will effectively be these two baseboards wide here in this space, which means I can then have boats like that one. I've got the large cargo ship docks from what, 7-8 years ago to build, or maybe 10 years ago. I've got a boxed one of that to put together, so that can go all come outside here. Don't have to worry about it going under the bridge. Yeah, I think that'll work well. So yeah, cargo yard, probably a siding. I will probably put a small siding somewhere over here. I'm thinking just like a little cargo siding kind of thing, or possibly a train station, or both. I can't remember the name of the channel off the top of my head, but there's one guy who's done a really fabulous little station. I like that, and I also like the kind of small cargo depot kind of station. So thinking to put something like that somewhere over here. Now also in moving my train tracks around like that, I can finally have a proper crossing, because I want a train crossing. I can't put one in the city. LEGO has done some fantastic train crossings over the years. I've actually got one of them in my backlog, and I want to build my own one as well, so I can actually now put that in the city because there'll be room. Hooray! So that's how that's going to work. I apologise for talking to a million miles an hour, but I don't want this to be a 5-hour video, because it will be if I'm not careful. So yeah, this area here needs to be bigger, more residential area. I've got more residential buildings to put in there, need to structure it. Raised area here for modulars, tall buildings, blah, 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 blah. I think turning it all 90 degrees is going to make a big difference. I think this isn't working very well for me. This raised area here, that's got to go. Another thing I'm going to do as well, on the raised areas, I'm going to carry on using the black tiles like I've got. On the lower areas, I've got the new LEGO City road plates. I'm going to try them. I've been watching what other people have been doing with them, and I do like where it's going, so I'm going to try that myself. That's my plan, and I'm going to stick by it. You can see the mess everywhere, look. All the trees have been knocked over. We've got a Stargate there. I'm lost in the forest. Kind of works, actually. Got a Ferrari's been turned over by the aliens there, it looks like. Got the police coming in. Even the Flintstones are getting involved. My goodness. Excuse me, I've been talking too much. I do love this Mini. This was the best part of this set. You had to buy a whole massive Speed Champion set just to get that little car. But I'm going to build a couple of other versions of it. I've got Joss's little fire station there. I think that's going to go in the residential area. Yeah, whew, I think that's it. Oh, sorry. And this area here is like a theme park. Always planned to have a theme park. So there's my roller coaster. We'll be doing a video on that in the next week. I've got the haunted house there. So I've got big drop tower, little drop tower, Ferris wheel. I've got a couple of other smaller rides I can put in as well. There's another modular just shoved in there because I didn't have anywhere to put it at the time. There's my beautiful Hogwarts behind there. Oh, it's just so sad. Yeah, there's a whole just Lego set just sitting on the shelf there. There's the Chinese New Year stuff down there too, I think. Yeah, all sorts going on. So that is my chaotic plan for the city. We'll be changing. One thing I am concerned about is the Ninjago City stuff, because it's not going to have as much space, but it's going to go across there, so it actually probably will work. No, it'll work. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Anyway, I think that was everything in the city. Got to do a video on this one because look, these carriages are all different to that one. Been doing some upgrades on that train. See, I've been doing lots and lots of stuff. Building robots. Great set, that one. Another one I need to review. There's my classic 7810 train, ready to roll. Ah, oh, so much good stuff. I really need to get it under control. I've lost control of this room and I'm going to get it back. So there you have it. That was Studsburg as it lies in ruins at the moment. But hopefully you can see it's like a phoenix. It's going to rise from the ashes. I won't be getting the phoenix from Harry Potter because I've got the owl, which I really like. Just thought I'd say that. But if you don't have the owl, get the phoenix because the owl was awesome. So yes, I will be changing. I will be attempting to fix. And I'll be asking you guys for help if I get stuck again. I'm not going to sit on this and dwell on it and just sort of play coy. I'm going to say, I need your help, guys. That's why I built a community. I want you guys to be involved. Help me with the city. Help me make those changes. I hope you agree with my changes around the sight lines, removing some of the train track. I know, controversial, I love my trains, but I'm actually going to be doing better things with the train track, I think. That's my goal anyway. Making better use of my modulars, especially with the sight lines. Taking a step back from certain things I really want to do, but will not do justice in the current form of the city. So I'm going to take them away. Spaceport being the case in point there. I actually have a load of Jurassic Park sets as well, which I have put away because I really want to build a Jurassic Park area, but that ain't going to fit in the city either. So that's got to be another area somewhere. And in the meantime, I still have to organise everything under the tables, which I have not even mentioned in this update, and I'm not going to. So let me know in the comments what you think of what I just said. Have you been there, done that, hit reset like I'm about to, and moved on? I'd love to know your thoughts, and if you're new here, hit subscribe and watch me actually make progress on my city this time and start to put content back together, because I'm back, baby. I just had to do that. Never done that in a video. I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. Anyway, take care, guys, and I will see you again very, very soon.